Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Ninja King. Today we're doing What If Amber Left with Aether. So, first of all, thanks for 47. Second of all, 46 special, and it is this one. So, I've never done a Jensen What If, and this is gonna be my first Jensen What If. So, originally I was wanting to do another What If of a 47 special, but then I thought, why not do this one first? So, yeah, the other sub specials are gonna now be 50 and 60 subs that I've been planning out for a while, but you may see another What If that comes out being another 40 subs special, because that one I've written the script for, and this one I just thought it would be fun and pretty interesting to do the What If for. But yeah, let's get into the video. So first of all, how does this What If and how does this universe even infect this world, or how will it even change the timeline? You may think that this is basically just putting Amber everywhere, because it doesn't really change that much. But yeah, I think I can definitely change this world a lot more than you think it does. So let's get on with this. Timelines of events speaking, this is right after the Eula quest has ended. You'll not be seen around Mondstadt Day. The people will be groaning and staring at her as Amber would basically become, saying what happened to her. Eula would then explain what everything happened in her quest, and Amber would be shocked that her family joined and were ready to take over Mondstadt. Eula says that it's a lot of things had happened before, but this was one of the more unique things. Thanks to Traveler's help, she managed to defeat them. Amber would be relieved to hear that, as she then goes to thank the Traveler, or Aether. I'm using the male version, not the female version, sorry for any fans out there. But yeah, so Amber would basically be going and trying to find the Traveler, but realizing after a while that he has no house at all. Fuck. Now where do I look for him? Amber would say before she starts run all around Mondstadt before she meets over Lisa, asking if she knows anything. Lisa would then say that she doesn't know anything at all, so she would then go to Kaya, which he says nothing about either. She then goes to Jean, and Jean would then finally say, "Oh, the Traveler? Yeah, he went on another mission. Something to do with Klee. Alright then, right now." So she would then run to the forest, knowing where Klee is, and finding that they basically were chasing an abyss maze. As he basically didn't go, she would then say, "What's going on here?" Aether would be shocked seeing Amber there, as he almost tumbled down before Paimon then catches him. Amber would then say, "Sorry if I scared you." "No, it's not that, Amber. I was just not expecting anyone to come here." "Miss Amber." Bix is Amber. I don't know what Klee calls Amber, okay? I don't have her in the game. I plan to get her. Klee would be jumping around, nice to see Amber, as Amber would then pat her head. Remember, her voice and says Amber is pretty cool. So yeah. As they both, all three of them would then go in, or should I say four, thanks to Paimon, would then go into the cave with the abyss mazes. They would be attacked by a bunch of Mawa cells and Hibit cells, which Aether can easily handle, starting their head off with his stones and using his animal powers to suck them in before blowing them out. Amber would be using a bow and charge attacks to take them down a little bit. Thanks to them, I think a lot of people underestimate Amber. In lore, she is pretty skilled, but not strong. She's just skilled, which is gonna change in this way. Amber would then immediately dodge a swing from a Mawatcho, which then comes to her head. She would then dodge as her ribbon hair would then break. Her bunny hair falls down, as she would then say, Go, Bad Bunny!" The Bad Bunny would then start dancing as the Helixor would then attack. Amber would then shoot the Bad Bunny in the feet, exploding it in the face. She would then start shooting multiple arrows at it too. Aether would then take the sides using his swirl, and then managing to destroy it. After that, they find the Abyss Maze, who starts mocking Klee and everything about it. But at the same moment, boom, the explosion happens, which destroys the Abyss Maze. If you're wondering how this happens, if you have played Klee's quest, you know how it went. So yeah, the Abyss Maze is basically done for the count. Amber and Aether sucked, and after that they return back to Mondstadt, where Jean explains that the Abyss Mazes are the bad guys, so she didn't break any of the survival rules. So she would be laughing in joy. And also, if you're wondering if timelines of event doesn't make sense, no one is certainly sure how in the character story quest goes, and what takes after which one happens after another. So we're gonna say that Klee's one is the last one of Mondstadt, so that it sounds more fair. So yeah, Klee would be jumping around, happy that she didn't break survival rules, and Jean would just laugh. As Aether would then think to himself that I need to let monsters for a bit. So after that, he would then meet with Amber, would then say that if they want to go and eat something. Both of them would go, as Amber would then say, "So what's your plan next?" as he then start drinking, hoping that he stays in Monster for a bit. I'm gonna go and visit on the nations. Amber wouldn't spit out a drink and be saying, what? So sudden? What's so sudden about that? It's not because I hate this nation thing. The people here are kind. I come to visit here and there, but I still have to journey to find my sibling. I don't know where they are. Well, that's nice to know, Amber would then say. And I'm feeling a little bit sad. So anyways, I'll basically be going tomorrow. Alright then, Amber would then say. As after dating, Aether would then leave, going to one of the hotels before going to sleep there. As Paimon would then think, now we could use another traveling companion. Aether wouldn't perk up before saying, really? Who? Aether wouldn't think of the people he met in Mondstadt. Kaya and Jean have too much importance, at least I don't. No, Eula too vengeful, Clay is a little bit weird, Mona probably not, Vinty probably cannot live his Mason Bennett, a little bit of a bad luck, but and again I'm not saying that to his face. Razor is wild, Barbara is famous, so taking her anywhere would be a problem. I'm talking about Amber, Paimon would then say, before talking Aether. What? Why her? See, his brain would try to process why Paimon said Amber of all people. Gibbon, I know you like her. What? No, I don't. Okay, maybe a little bit. See? Knew it. Paimon knew it. Paimon says that we'd take Amber with us. It would be fun than just having the two of us. Fine then, Aether would then say before thinking to himself. Remember, as we say, ask her first. Alright then, we'll ask her to wait in the morning. Paimon would then say before she also falls asleep, with Aether going to sleep as well. Meanwhile, Amber would basically be talking to Eula. So he's leaving the town soon. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure that without him, a lot of Mondstadt's problems would have been solved, Eula would then say. Yes, but still, it's gonna be to see him without him. I've been helping around Mondstadt a lot. What are you two chatting about? As they would then see the famous word, Venti. Amber would then say, oh, it's you, Venti. Venti wouldn't sit down as he then starts playing his lyre. So, care for a song? Eula would then say, I still haven't gotten my vengeance. You're still up to that? Whatever. Venti wouldn't start playing his song before saying, so, what song would you like me to play? Broken Hearts? Amber wouldn't look at him with a curious gaze before saying, what is that supposed to mean? You know, things that can happen sometimes. Anyways, what now? Venti wouldn't say as he then once again starts strumming his lyre. I don't know, Amber would then say after being silent for a while. But if you want to ask me, Eula would then say, why don't you go with him in his journey? What? I mean, it's obviously clear with that fairy creature, Paimon. Amber would correct Eula. Yes, Paimon, that he doesn't mind company. So why don't you join him in a journey? Sure, I guess, Amber would then say. I don't know how, but yeah. I think going on a journey with him would be the most nicest and normalest thing I can do so far. And maybe improving my skills as well. Now that's the spirit. Sit there, Amber would then say. You knew that ghost in our wheel. Venti would then say. Yeah. Eula would then say, you fight normal monsters in a daily basis, kick the head out, go to dangerous missions and afraid of ghosts. Well, you can't drop kick a ghost now, can you? Whatever. Eula would then say, as it would be basically the next morning. Aether would wake up wearing his dress, normal uniform, as he then goes out, ready to find Amber. He would then meet up with Venti, asking where Amber is, and ask around the town a little, even asking Barbara a bit before she points that Amber is probably in the Knights of Favonius' office. As Aether opens the door, before he can, Amber opens the door with both of them meeting. Ah, Amber, I have something to ask you. Oh, I have something to ask you too. What? Can you let me join the journey? Will you go with me? Huh? Both of them would say simultaneously, not realizing. Wait, can you repeat that? Well, I said, will you allow me to join? Amber would then say. I said, will you go with me in my journey? Both of them would laugh, realizing that they had the same idea. Sure, why not? Both of them would then say. As Amber wouldn't pack her things, Aether would then say that she really doesn't need that much. But me and Paimon kind of live in a while, so just grab a sleeping bag. Okay. Amber would then pack some basic supplies, sleeping bags, foods, rations, as in case, they get into a lot of troubles, a hairbrush, and, stuff like that. Toothpaste and brush, as she would then live with Aether and Paimon. Now, I just have one particular question. Do Paimon wouldn't Traveler ever sour? Do they like have toothbrush and toothpieces with them? Like I think that's a genuine question I have. Because in one of the quests where they got the teapot, they said that no longer sleeping in the wild. So I'm just confused in that factor. You know what? Let's continue. As they would start going, Amber would ask where they're going. Aether would then say, "Well, Venti told me the nearest nation to Mondstadt is Leeway, so I think we should go there." Oh, I always wanted to visit Leeway. I heard they have a festival where they celebrate their god. Apparently, the god comes once in 2 years. Yeah, which is kind of weird. We've been waiting for 200 years for the second coming. What did you guys do to him? I don't know. Meanwhile, Benti would be hearing this, remembering everything that monster had done to him the moment he came back. A lot of things. Anyways, as they would be going away, Aether would encounter one of the Statue of the Servants, the Geo Archons. Aether would put his hand in the Geo Statue before moving it, before a Geo symbol would then come out. Immediately attaching it to his body, Aether would feel another surge of power. As Amber would then see what's wrong, Aether would then put sand on the ground before a bunch of Geo constructs would then come out. Both Amber and Aether would be shocked. But I thought you only had the power of animal. I also did I, but I guess that every time I touch the Statue of the Seven, I get more powerful. Wow, Amber would be shocked as Aether realizes that Traveler could probably one day wield all the elements at once, or if not so, maybe even wield a more powerful element. She didn't care that much, so they would then start to go. After a while, they would arrive in Leeway, meet with the guests, talking about the forgotten god, as the first celebration would be held. As all the celebrations would be held, Amber would be excited to see the god. But the dark clouds would then immerse in the ground. Dark, misty fogs would also come in the ground. Sighting down would be more axed. His body would be dropped, with this time more cuts and bruises. Everybody would be shocked, and Ning Wan would tell everyone to evacuate. The moment this was done, everybody would be shocked, even Amber. Did we just witness the death of a god? Aether would then say, highly unlikely, but very likely at the same time. I don't know what's happening, but it feels like we just witnessed the death of a powerful god. Aether's mind would be wrapping around what the hell just happened. He couldn't believe what he just saw, and let alone believe what the hell he just witnessed. His mind was just racing to 1,000 of thoughts what could happen, and so was Amber's. She had never seen a god, and the moment she came to the city, the god just straight up got killed, assassinated, died, whatever. But they would then see the cheesing. Hey, arrest them! As they would then start to go, Amber would then start to run out of the city, dodging the area, skipping before they come at an area. The guards would have surrounded us as he didn't punch out his sword from thin air. I have zero idea, but apparently they have magic of some sort stored in forge. Amber would then pull out her bow where they sit before saying, "Hey there, girlie and boy, duck." As they would then duck, before a bunch of water arrows would then hit the guards. Before out of the wounds comes a ginger hair man wearing a silver-like dress with a scarf on his head, having a symbol of the Saritsa, or should I say the vision, the Hydra vision with a symbol of Snezhnaya on it. He will be carrying a bow before his bows would then turn into what seems to be dagger-like blades, as he would then starts cutting them down before he then turns into a spear. As all of them would then fall down, he would then say, "So, I guess you guys want to come with me if you want to live?" As the boat would then think, that seems like a reference to something we don't know. As they would then start running. After a while, they all would, fuck. Aether would then say, "So, who may you be?" "Yeah, who are you?" Paimon would then ask. "Name's Tartaglia, one of the Fatui Harbinger, 11th." As both Amber and Aether would feel a chill down his spine. Amber not knowing much about the Fatui, but knowing enough from her nature as a Knights of Favonius to know that they are pretty much troublesome, while Aether would have already been kicked and destroyed by one. Aether would then say, "So you're an Harbinger." He would then look at him with blood-rolling eyes. "Oh, please, whatever troubles my other comrades have caused you, I'm nothing like that." Anyways, Aether would then say, "What now?" "Well, if you want to hide from them, you need to clear your names. So, I suggest you to go and find some people that can help you." Aether would then say, "And who may that be?" "Simple. I suggest you find the Adeptus." "The Adeptus?" "Yeah. They're like Leeway's guardians, I guess you can say. But in a way, they're the more powerful people outside of Leeway. You can have them control the way and clear your name. Alright then, Aether would then say, how do we get to the Adeptus? Well, I can mark the areas. Child would then mark the areas of where the Adeptus are. Aether and Amber would find it suspicious of how he knows these specific feast of legends locations. Amber and Aether would then leave go into the Adeptus' areas. Amber would then say, don't you find it weird that all of them seems to be very specific? What do you mean? He seems to know where they are. Are there planets in them? I don't know, Amber. But yeah, whatever it is, we better be happy right about now. Our lives are in stake. And if we don't clear our names sooner or later, we're gonna be in trouble. Amber would then nod her head as the board would go to the first. They meet Mooncarver Mountains. I don't remember all of them, but they meet the deer first. After they explained to him, a bunch of guards would then come. Aether would have gotten his boost, and so would Amber, fighting them up. Mid-wall to the battle, Amber would then pull out her bow. Before her bow would then start illuminating, she starts to hold back before a fiery flame emerged in it. She would then throw as one of them would then hit before the fire would then split to 6 more, hitting 6 more guards. She would be shocked as she then tries to do the same again, this time not having anything. If it was done, her mouth would be gaping as she would wonder what the hell did she just do. That was amazing, Aether would then say. Yeah, I know, but what did I do? The one of the adepts, the one that we first met, the deer would then say, your abilities and the way you used your power remind me of another adeptus, a half-human, half-goatling. Oh, what was she like? First of all, the gender was a female, and second of all, she had a cryo-vision. For her power, she had 2 modes, a normal attack which seemed to be all bow users used to infuse bows attack, but another one was more unique. She called it the Iceling arrows. As she shot it, multiple ice particles landed in the ground in the sky. Whichever enemy she hit, it then multiplied to 5 or 6 others, hitting them as well. She is very powerful indeed, and was pretty powerful warrior during the Orcon War. Amber's eyes would then glimmer, as she would wonder if she can ever meet this Adeptus, and if she does, if she can be trained by this Adeptus at all. The deer would then say, I know what you're thinking. You want to be trained by this Adeptus, don't you? Amber would then nod her head before he then says, well, if everything goes a bit correct, you can stay in leeway for a bit, and you can get some training by the Adeptus. Thanks, Aether, Amber would then say, making Aether blush a little bit. No problem. Anyways, I suggest you to go to the others. Yes, as all of them would then start to go to the other. Time to go to Illuminated Bird number 1. I'm using Paimons, okay? As they would then arrive at the area, where they would meet a man who was basically begging to the Adeptus. After asking what the thing was, they would then start looking for his brother who was hidden or captured behind one of the jade. Aether would then smack on the jade up before breaking it, freeing his brother, as their world would then live. As they illuminated bird number 1/2 would then come down, as they would then explain everything about Rex Lapis. They'd be shocked as they wouldn't say them to go to the others, as they would then go to the Cloud Retainer's location. Yes, that's the only person I remember the name. After looking around the area, giving small prints of food, they would then go to the domain, which at one point Aether would then see the pyro and think to himself, this is going to be troublesome. Amber would then start using her blaze to light them up, as they would then start going up and just, finding more areas to explore until they meet Cloud Retainer, which after explaining everything would then go. Before, she would then say, you, there, redhead. Yes, Amber would then say, your abilities remind me of another one of my students. Yes, her name was Gandhi. Do you know where she is? You're pretty excited to meet her. Amber would then say, I want to learn from her, more specifically how she does her charge attacks. In the future you might, but for now you can't. Alright then. As they would then go, basically then meeting with the final Adeptus, that being Shaw. Shaw being an S-Lord basically is an S-Lord, until they find out that he likes ramen tofu, which they try to get him, but they realize none of them can cook it. So they basically go to the one person that can't, who says that he's afraid of ghosts. They then go to chase a ghost child, which they find before she activates a Ruin Hunter. The Ruin Hunter would then start using his spikes to go around. Aether would then start using his winds and Geo Vision to mount. As he stops at one of the Geo Visions, the robot would then stop, immediately going up. shooting the missiles. Amber wouldn't pull out her bow before shooting it in the eye, hoping this would stop it. And it does. After that, they both would be using it. Amber would once again start to power before she says blast as it wouldn't hit. And here I'm gonna let things off. Hope you guys like this part. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah. So you're wondering what happened in the end. Amber managed to do the charge attack again, and she managed to destroy the Riven God.